Today we have something quite special. This is a Seat Leon Cupra R ST estate. However, this isn't any Seat Leon Cupra R, as this has actually been tuned by ABT, which gives it an extra 50 brake horsepower, which brings it up to 350, and an extra 40 newton meters of torque. However, it doesn't just give you extra power, it also lowers the front suspension by 2 centimeters and the rear by 1.5, which gives it a really good mean stance. Every Cupra R comes with these 19-inch copper alloy wheels as standard, and they really do set the car off as a really tough and mean sporty companion. As you can see, despite this car being in the state form, it still looks really mean and muscular, with this carbon fibre rear diffuser and 4 exhausts as standard. Now the ABT tuning, actually once you put it into the Cupra mode, opens up the valves in the exhaust, and it does make it really, it pops and it bangs, and it's really loud for this type of car, which is really good. However, the sportiness of this car does not affect the practicality, as it comes with a massive estate boot with a really nice wide opening, and there's also loads of underfloor storage under there too. The seats also fold completely flat. Once you're in the back, it's a typical estate car, but it's still really nicely appointed with these sculptured Alcantara seats and also this faux carbon fibre embossed into the side of them. There's also a couple of air vents and 2 USB ports, which is something that can't be said for quite a lot of its rivals. You also get a really nice view of the cockpit of the Alcantara steering wheel, but storage is still really good with 2 decent door bins on both sides, and also a really squidgy centre armrest with a couple of cup holders too. As you step into the Cupra R ST, which is tuned by ABT, you get this really nice Alcantara steering wheel, which just feels really nice to the touch, and it just instantly, you know, you're in a sporty car. The Alcantara continues on the gear selector and also more on the seats. And the copper detailing, which is around the front, the back and along the side of the car, is also extended into around the infotainment system and onto the badge and around the air vents. Despite this being a sporty estate car, functionality and usability is not affected, with these really nice and intuitive, chunky feeling buttons and knobs, which just makes it easier to change the temperature and put the air conditioning on and demist the window, and even change the driving modes through this button here. There's also a nice pulsing red start button and Cupra R logoing here. And there's also some nice technology in here too, with a wireless phone charging pad that just place your phone there and your phone will charge. And there's also digital dials as well, and with satellite navigation as standard, as well as the usual Bluetooth connectivity and all the information about the car. Storage is also good up front, with a large glove box and good sized door bins too. So under the bonnet then is a 2-litre TSI, which doesn't sound like a lot. However, tuned up to 350 brake horsepower and almost 400 newton meters of torque, it's really fast on the roads. And every Cupra R ST estate comes with 4-wheel drive as standard, which means that you can get this power down on the road really quick and in all weathers. So that grip off the line then will let this Cupra R estate get to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds and go on to 155 miles per hour. The things that set this car apart in a good way from its rivals is the fact that you get excellent standard equipment as standard, such as the Alcantara detailing in the interior with satellite navigation, digital TFT driving display, wireless phone charging, LED headlights both at the front and the back, heated seats, and just got everything you'd ever need as standard. So that price you see on the website will be the price you're pretty much paying. With the ABT tuning pack, this Cupra R estate comes in at just under £38,000. However, if that's a little bit too much for you, you can actually get this car on finance for actually quite a good deal at under £400 a month. And for this type of level of performance and also practicality and usability in a car, that is quite impressive. Once you're driving and you fancy a little bit of fun, you just press this flag button here, which is the drive mode selector. Now as standard, it comes in comfort mode, which gives the suspension a nice compliant edge, but still gives you enough feel through the steering wheel with this type of car. However, if you put it into Cupra mode, that's where the full beast comes out, where you get the throttle response gets much more fierce, the gearbox gets much more quick changing, and also the exhaust opens up its valves and it starts popping and crackling. So that's the one to use when you fancy a nice bit of fun. So then, what's this Cupra R ST like from a passenger perspective on the road? Well, the first thing you note is how the exhaust is quite deep and rich tone. However, once you start going a little bit faster, you notice how good the suspension feels, and even from a passenger perspective, you can feel that the car is really nice and connected to the road. Now, once you put your foot down a bit, it absolutely flies off into the distance, and you can feel the grip underneath from the four-wheel drive system, which comes as standard. And it's just a really impressive car, from whether you're driving it or whether you're passengers in any of the 5 very comfortable and usable seats, or maybe even the dog in the boot, because it's a very practical estate. So then, what do I think of the final verdict of this ultra sporty and practical estate car? Well, I just really love it, really. It looks, from the moment you set your eyes on it, and it catches people's attention with the low front carbon fibre and copper detailing, the angular and muscular LED headlights, and the excellent on-road performance. But the thing that sets this car apart is how you can actually use it in a day-to-day life, with the massive boot, practical and comfortable seating for 5, and really good visibility for parking. Does make this car a really good contender if you want to have a little bit of fun on the weekends and just drive it to work as a normal car other days of the week. And that's why I really like this car. Thank you for watching this review on the Seat Leon Cupra R Estate, and please don't forget to browse the rest of the channel and also subscribe.